want you to change, but you better off leaving me in the dust.
What? I got the keys. Wait. Everybody, it's Ebony JB and I'm back with a new kind of video today. In light of, Drake dropping his CLB album, I thought, let me discuss my favorite tracks from the album and why I think they are the best tracks on the album. A lot of people say that, a lot of people hate on Drake stuff whenever it drops, that it's never got good criticism the minute it drops, that it always grows on people, that all of Drake's albums are growers and none of them are like instant, bangers, or none of the albums are given instant gratification or whatever. And it's just like, I have to disagree. I do believe that there are albums that Drake has got that have been instantly loved and adored when he's dropped them. The majority anyways, haters will hate and people will say their criticisms about Drake, especially if they don't like him as an artist. But I do believe there are many albums that he has received very good responses from. Take Care is one of those. Nothing Was the Same was one of those. If you're reading This Is Too Late, it was one of those. There's just 3 albums to name. So it's like, I feel like the fact that CLB is receiving quite a lot of criticism of recently isn't because that's just what people do for Drake. I do believe there is a bit of standing in the criticism. I do believe there is a little bit of hold. It's not just all fugazi and all rubbish. It's not just like, oh yeah, people just gonna hate his Drake, they're always gonna hate on his album drops. Like, no, I don't think it should be hated on. I think CLB is a solid album. I give it a 7.5 rating and that's a good rating. But I just feel like he's got the high of Drake, like Drake's highs is very high. So when you're comparing it to that, knowing what he's given us in the past, knowing what he has shown us that he's able to do creatively, it will come a bit lower, and that's what CLB did. But saying that, I got some solid tracks from it, I really did get some solid tracks from it. So there's some tracks that I'm playing and replaying to the death. And I appreciate him for really tapping into his R&B side in this album way more than he did in Scorpion. I would rate Scorpion higher than this album, but he tapped into his R&B side way more in this album than Scorpion. I have to give him props for that. His R&B side was so tight in this album. Really good stuff. Let's get into it. The first track. The one track that I think is the best for me. Like, I understand, there's some other tracks where Drake is more lyrical and more la-di-da-da, whatever. He's rapping, he's doing some great punchlines, some great bars, cool story. I just feel that this is the track. It's the everyday lyrics and bars and how wordy can he be. Sometimes it's just vibes. And this track is just pure vibes. As in, he knew how to interpolate the lyrics from Rick James, from that Rick James hit, and he made it into this modern R&B, kind of sad but vibey, track. I can't explain it. There's no words to explain Race My Mind apart from that is brilliant.
Remember last time you wouldn't make love to me, then talk to me. Are you dumb? No. I got the keys. Hey. For me, okay, sure. Soon as I tell you that you the one I would wait for, you too saucy, too flossy.
The next track from CLB that I think is that track and is one of the best tracks on there is Champagne Poetry. The minute I heard it, I believed that it was the best album intro ever from Drake. The first listen, that shows you how great that track is. The Massajo sample that he put in there, it was just great to hear him rap over such a groovy beat. You wouldn't ever picture Drake rapping over a groovy soul beat like that. I mean, he uses the soul samples and all those things, but Massajo's a different type of groove. So rapping over a kind of Massajo beat was just so impressive. So slick, so smooth, so refined. It really refined. It's like the track brought out his refined rapping. Champagne Poetry is what it is titled. It is Champagne Poetry.
I've been hot since the birth of my son boys. Cashmere knits for the nighttime boat rides. Only straight through a minefield.
Oh man, still managed to moonwalk straight through a minefield. Get out, man. The next track that Drake did amazing on in this album is Pipe Down. piped down as a nonsensical track. As I said when I first reacted to it, it's like that regality and prosperity of the track contrasted with him talking about a relationship with a woman that wasn't so prosperous. The track is such a juxtaposing backdrop to what he's rapping about, but it works.
Street belongs to me, it's like home to me. Did you know? It's like home. Hold up, now it's looking like an on sleep. Just know that was on me. Overdue. Don't know how many pins it's gonna take to get over you. World is yours,
but the city's mine. Now this track has grown on me and it's become now my top 5. I liked it when I first heard it in my reaction, but now it's like I play it relentlessly because it is pure R&B vibes. Like, this is his most R&B track on this song, and he did it so successfully with Ty Dolla $ign. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. Is Get Along Better.
This might be too real. Closer in these trying times, baby. But now I get along better with your friends.
Get Along Better, yeah, it's a slick R&B track, one of his most successful R&B tracks, I feel. Just great vibes, great beats, great production. You know, the way the beat falls in and falls out. Just great stuff.
Just don't follow me. Not a 42 on the flights I'm taking.
Love All with Jay-Z is just a vibe. You know, a lot of 42, which is how I know it from the leak. I accidentally came across this leak. I don't really search for Drake leaks. They just accidentally pop up on my YouTube, my feed, or things like that, because I stay, you know, up to date with the man and his releases, and I think it is one of the top tracks where he is kind of rapping, doing that somber sing rapping thing he does, and I think he does it very successfully with Jay-Z to support him. So it's a very solid track, Love All, and I would say that's kind of my top 5 of this album. Ones that come close is Way Too Sexy,
For the trap. Too sexy for the trap.
In Too Deep,
She gon' take off like a that shit. Pop that shit.
Fair Trade.
The reach just annoying me, and I'm too by these side. I've been losing friends and finding peace.
But yeah, guys, that is my summary of the top 5 best tracks from CLB. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button down below and leave a comment down below of your thoughts. I'll see you guys all next time.